Father rendered speechless, and a mother overwhelmed by tears. To the public, she was a rising sports star. To her family, the daughter they loved and lost to violence. The police said her partner doused her in petrol and set her alight.
The criminal who harmed my daughter is a murderer, and I've yet to see what the security officials are doing. He's still free and might even flee, while I've lost a child whom I depended on.
Rebecca had just made her Olympic debut in the Paris Games. And in a statement from the International Olympic Committee, President Thomas Bach says, "We're shocked and deeply saddened to learn about Rebecca Cheptegei's death following the horrible attack against her. Rebecca's participation in the Paris 2024 Women's Marathon was a source of inspiration, pride, and joy. Our hearts and thoughts go out to her family, in particular her children, her friends, and the Olympic community in Uganda." The president of Uganda's Olympic Committee, where Rebecca is from, called her killing senseless and cowardly.
She was definitely an icon, someone who most people are looking up to, and would ask, most of the young girls and boys would aspire to become like her. There is no room for violence against women.
Rebecca died in this hospital from her injuries and burns, survived by her parents and 2 daughters. The news has sent shockwaves through Kenya, where she lived and died.
Rebecca's situation is a very horrifying and dark tale of how women continue to suffer domestic violence under the hands of men. And my hope and prayer is that she will find justice.
A story of inspiration with a tragic end. Yusra Al-Bagher, Sky News.
Wow, so we hear it, man. So this Olympic runner from Uganda who lives in Kenya represented Uganda in the Olympics last month, gone back home, been covered in petrol by her boyfriend and then set alight. She was in hospital for a short time and then went on to die. I think this is a story of jealousy. She's left 2 children behind. This is a story of jealousy where a woman has gone away to the Olympics, competed on a worldwide stage, and like these news reports suggest, she was a local hero. Now you gotta remember, places like Uganda, Kenya, man are used to being the ruler. Girl can't tell him nothing. If she does, he can do what he needs to do. Them things are normal in them places, which is why I don't really like the comments on the UK blogs, because yes, this is violence against women, but there's an issue altogether with that in these regions. Now, this lady did not deserve to be killed like this. This lady didn't deserve this. This is a jealous boyfriend who was scared of losing her. And it's the number one thing that you see going on. This is a global issue. You've got people that will be with their man, or their woman. And when it's over, they can't accept it's over. And they will actually have an attitude of, if I can't have you, nobody can. We've seen it, man. Especially in places like the Caribbean, Africa, where you hear, well, not so much Africa, but in the Caribbean, you hear about acid attacks and all that. Man's left his girl. Woman's left her man. And the man's on some, if I can't have you, no one can. Acid, mash up her face. These things go on. We know but there is certain men in today's world, and I'm telling you, men and women alike, be careful. Because there are people out there, you can't break up with them. They're going to tell you,
it ain't over,
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, these wicked people, they don't necessarily show these signs straight away. There may be some signs, obviously, as we always talk about, is looking at these warning signs, these red flags. But a lot of the times they're so charming, let's just be honest. Any new situation, work, relationships, in every format, You put your best foot forward. Well, no, but why would you say that? Well, why would you put your worst foot forward? You've got to be an absolute idiot to be your worst self, if that's who you are, and expect people to be like, yeah, man, this person seems very, very, very real, quote unquote. They're definitely keeping it real because they're chewing with their mouth open. They're interrupting me all the damn time. They're doing this. They're flipping. They're dressing like a damn bomb. But I like it. It's refreshingly different. Man, and sisters ain't doing that, and women ain't doing that. They're putting on their best. They're please, thank you, oh yes, and then eventually, once they feel confident and comfortable and capable, this is where the control potentially comes in. This is where all the wickedness comes in, and this is where again, 6 months, 3 months, a year, and then they realize, raw, this person is not who I thought they was, and I can't leave because they're like, yo, you ain't going nowhere. It's tricky, man. It's hella tricky, Mark. I'm telling you, to navigate this year, in the growing year 2024, with all of this social experimentation going on, with the programming, with the nastiness, with the entertainment, with the, you know what I mean? I don't know where. It's difficult, man. If you don't have that solid, if you're not cut from that certain cloth, number one, if you didn't have that solid foundation, unfortunately, where you're heading is wherever the people then want to send you, because like you're literally a blade of grass, and if the wind blows south, that's where you're going. When you've got those forementioned things cut from a different cloth and have a strong foundation, you can see the thing in it, and people are just getting. And also, it's easy to go with the flow in it. Try swimming upstream. How difficult is that? Or is it very easy to swim with the current? Yeah. And unfortunately, that's what we have to be.
It's the mainstream press haven't reported it. Basically, they've said that it's a disagreement over the land that her house was built on. But while it is noble, is this? Let's keep it real. Like, she may have said to my man, like, "Yo, it's over." Now to him, he's looking for anything to hold on to. Because he knows to himself, yo, I'm gone. I'm out of this. Like, people, let me try and put this into words. Like, you see in life, yeah, if you're on a path, you've got a mission, you've got a goal in mind, yeah, and you're focused on this goal, and you're doing what you need to do, and you're unproblematic, yeah, that don't mix with someone who's on another path to nowhere. If you try and put that person on your path with you, sometimes they can feel a way, like if you're not linking with them or if you're not paying attention to them. A lot of men move away from certain groups and go on to thrive and grow. It's the same like that in relationships. In a relationship, somebody can see that, yo, if you was to be with the right partner and not someone like me, you would thrive, you know. So like a runner like that who, she's got a talent, the Ugandan government are probably definitely looking after her because she's representing the country. Uganda are sponsored by Nike as
Kenya?
well.
Isn't it Kenya?
No. She lived in Kenya, but she was representing Uganda. But she lived in Kenya though, because Kenya's like a more, it's a bit more of an upmarket place.
Yes.
So
Nairobi.
Yeah, just like a lot of Jamaican boxers actually box out of Panama. Enough people don't know that. The Axeman Nicholas Walters, he was based in Panama because the facilities and everything like that. So
and you remember the connection between JA and Panama?
I'm not too big on it still. I don't know what it is. What is it?
The building, the infrastructure and all that. A lot of Jamaicans and other West Indians went over there and was helping building them canals.
Yeah. That's definitely a fact. So while it is a man like that might have looked and said, "Will you leaving me? Well, I want this or I want that now," and done something erratic like that and ended up killing what is a mother, an asset to Uganda, and it highlights the issues of violence against women in them regions. Let's keep it real. It highlights the issue, because if this can happen to an Olympic runner, you think about someone who doesn't have a voice.